Airports are shutting down, fighter bases are being targeted, NATO is on alert. Denmark has just faced one of the most mysterious and seemingly coordinated incursions in recent memory. It all began on the 22nd of September when Copenhagen Airport shut down for nearly 4 hours after these unidentified objects appeared overhead. The same night, Oslo Airport in Norway shut down.
And you're going to be leading the soldiers and the sailors, the airmen and the Marines in that world. You'll be dealing with terrorists. You'll be dealing with hybrid armies. You'll be dealing with little green men. You're going to be dealing with tribes. You'll be dealing with national leaders and local leaders. You'll be dealing with politics and economics. And you'll be dealing with direct fire and indirect fire. And you're going to be dealing with it all. And it's all going to be dealt with simultaneously.
Oh, what another interesting day on this rock that we live on, people. Let's get to this video, man. It's been a lot of things going on, obviously, like always. But, man, look, guess what? We here for it, goddamn. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Hopefully, y'all been having a amazing week. Just make sure y'all hit that like button. Spread that positive energy. We need it the most when these things start to happen in the world that we just can't quite explain. But one thing we're going to do, we're going to get together and we're going to talk about it, okay? But look, man, hopefully y'all like the video. Make sure we get this thing to like 15,000 likes and keep spreading that love all across the world, y'all, no matter what. Let's get into this video.
There is this new Palantir commercial ad that just came out that you guys need to check out. You guys do remember who Palantir is, right? The new data integration company that's helping the Department of Defense, the IRS, the DOD, DOGE, and all the, and ICE, the people who's handling immigration. But check this thing out, y'all. This is crazy.
Good morning, citizens. Your overnight account balances have been updated. Time to start a productive day. Final notice, your account balance is below 500. You need 50 credits by the end of the day to avoid automatic eviction. If you have missed work due to illness, you must provide a doctor's note to reclaim your credits.
Any extra credits? Please.
Tensions are high today, with more people planning to join the Citizens Against Digital Control protest. Remember, the government knows who you are at all times. Resisting is not worth the consequences. All of their newest social credit systems are designed to keep you and your families safe and efficient.
Authorities seized a record balance of an individual's credits, citing excessive hoarding.
Traffic violation detected. 7 miles per hour over the limit. 75 credits have been automatically deducted.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
Yep, you got the flu. Your blood work shows a significant iron deficiency. I recommend incorporating more red meat into your diet.
Dr. Jones, your taxes were not filed and have been automatically deducted with late fees. Your medical license has been revoked.
Oh, hell nah, I filed an extension.
Purchase denied. Monthly red meat allowance exceeded. Try mealworms instead.
Can you guys please let me through?
Attention. Unauthorized political gathering detected. Participants' access to financial services has been suspended. Due to the speeding infraction, your car will be immobilized for 3 days.
Fuck you! Take your surveillance policies and rot in hell!
You've earned 50 bonus credits for reporting your neighbor's hateful misconduct. This content exceeds your current social credit tier. May we suggest citizen responsibility? Sarah, open the door. You have been identified by the authorities. Don't resist. Don't resist. Don't resist.
Hell no, that gave me Out of Time vibes with Justin Timberlake. Y'all look up that movie. It's crazy, man. Like you run out of time, you check up out of here. we ain't no hoes over here in the United States. I don't see that going well for anybody that try to oppose that on us. Bro, we armed to the teeth. Like literally, we'll eat you. Like we not playing with you, but nah, like we won't go out like that. Let me know in the comments down below.
They've been warning us. Song was made in 1985.
Without a computer ID, there's no way to pay. Don't go, please don't go. I know there's a sale and a special on rice, and you can buy beans at a giveaway price. But that's just their way to get you down there. What you don't know is that they're everywhere. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. They had a special program on the TV last night, explaining calmly why these things must be done right. They say their new computer is the way to control.
I can tell this is definitely the future.
By injecting a rice-sized microchip into a willing employee's hand, all kinds of data can be programmed into them, from driver's licenses and medical ID cards to logging onto computers.
You have to hold it up to something such as this.
Even purchasing snacks in the company break room. More than 50 employees have volunteered. How much?
Last week, the UK announced that they are rolling out mandatory digital IDs for all workers, and that this has to be done by 2029. And RFK Jr. has something to say about it. Watch this.
Every right that you have is transformed into a privilege contingent upon your obedience to arbitrary government dictates. It will make you a slave. And what do we do about this? What do? We resist.
And right now, people are resisting. In the UK, more than 1.6 million people have signed a petition opposing the plan for digital ID cards. And don't forget that digital IDs is the gateway to digital wallets and CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. All of this is the World Economic Plan for Agenda 2030. So, how do you feel about digital IDs being rolled out in the UK and around the world? Will you comply or will you resist? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
They are now pushing wearables on the population and starting with external wearables and then going into internal wearables in the future. We do know as well, Gates Foundation funded what's called microneedle patch implants.
Of course he'll fund that.
Quantum dots in skin for about 5 years for use as vaccine passports. Again, this is on the National Library of Medicine website. So yeah, the plan appears to be going from external wearables, get them to wear that, and then you go into the internal wearables, these implants.
Okay, if you're not ready to go for a ride, and I say this with peace and love, keep scrolling. Pentagon UFO whistleblower Matthew Brown just sent a very cryptic message to Elon Musk, and the message, I decoded it, and if I'm on the right path here, it'll make the hair on your arms raise. Let's get into it. So this post came straight from Matthew Brown's account last night, and he warns Elon that the US government already has a secret AI that can literally predict the future. He says Sam Altman betrayed Elon and that the first public sentient AI, they were silenced. The tone of it is very urgent. It's like Elon's being pulled into something that he's not prepared for almost. I don't know. But then it does seem to get deeper. He name drops agencies like the White House, FBI, Navy, Department of Energy, and the NGA. That's the guys who track stuff from space. He mentioned something called Marsupial. And allegedly, this is a Trump-era UAP briefing program, and he says that rockets are so 1947. The translation? Well, the government knows how these exotic crafts work, and they're lying about it. But then the post shifts, and this is where it gets creepy. So Matthew Brown shares a hand-drawn circle filled with strange symbols and references a word, Logith. That's
Science and technology is just an excuse for us to do magic. Computers are processing things by zapping crystals with a magical force we can't see called electricity. You're using your phone as some kind of portal to look at a moment from the past? And I'm using mine to send you a message in the future. The screens we're using are made of liquid crystal, LCD, also being zapped by electricity. We make most of that electricity by burning rocks we find underground. And sometimes we use even more powerful radioactive magic rocks that can power whole cities full of magic items. It's like if we want to do something that seems impossible, we just got to make up some scientific rules that explain why we can do it.
That's going to lead us into other things, y'all. So think about the crystals and think about the technology. We have them same crystals in our head. We have the same crystals in our body. Like, we are that walking technology. Now, some think that with the events to come, there will be some type of solar flash or some type of awakening where we will start to develop. Well, not to develop. We will how do I say this? We will regain our consciousness of our actual abilities, and that's like telepathy, levitation, and reading minds, and just a bunch of other things. That sounds cool to me, man. In that scenario, I hope that scenario is true, not a big rock coming and smacking the planet, and then we flying all in outer space and shit, like, you know, or somebody cracked the ceiling and the water coming in and we all drowning and stuff. I ain't got time for that, y'all. See, that's why I stay on the sides of, like, I would rather get the superpowers. You feel me? But look, if we all collectively think that at the same time, it might happen, y'all. So look, I'm betting with that one. Don't always think about the bad stuff.
Okay, folks, I want you to watch a demonstration of nanotech. This is little micro robots, yeah, performing tasks. This one is it moving the fat and getting into the blood, yeah. As you can see, it's moving it along there, see, and helping. This one's gonna put the circuit and create the light. You see how clever it is? Yeah. Now, there's conspiracy theories out there that this is in the V and building chips in people's bodies. Now, what you'll see is it froze that up there, yeah? It's that intelligent that it knew it couldn't get up, so what it does, and you'll see it here, it chucks it up. It froze it up. Watch, look. Froze one over. Yeah? So the intelligence is obviously coming from us via some Wi-Fi connection or something like that. But I just wanted you to see nanotech and how advanced it really is, folks. That's all. Here it is. Just to give you a little idea of, you know, what's going on in the technology world, if you like, and where we're at. So nicotine is the killer. Yeah, it will kill all this. The Australian scientists have already shown that in videos now. So if you want to get rid of this, I wouldn't say start smoking. I'd just say get some nicotine in you and happy days. Remove the damage, yeah? If it's that case that you feel that, you know, you might have some of this in you. Just saying, yeah? Just want you to watch what's going on with the way this nanotech works. Very, very intelligent, folks. Let me know in the comments what you think.
Had to try to isolate the plants inside of there and not let the Wi-Fi get in there.
It blew my mind that the Wi-Fi off, like the plants are growing. So I think that when the Wi-Fi's on, it's affecting the world.
That is all about slavery. And even look at the dates on which it was signed. It was right at that era, right after the Civil War. And if you look at it that way, the case is an easy case to win. And I hope the lawyers talk about birthright, citizenship, and slavery, because that's what it was all about. And it was a very positive, it was meant to be positive. And
I already know the lawyers ain't gonna talk about it, but I'm about to break this all the way down. It's about to get deep. We're about to time travel back to the American Revolution. Fought in 1775 through 1783 when 13 British colonies in North America broke free from British rule and established the United States of America. How does that even make sense? First, you have to wonder, why is there British colonies in America? Second, why would they fight against their own kind for taxes? It's almost just like the tariff wars today. As y'all see, it's getting exposed. So they was in America attacking Americans, not the British people. They wanted to take it over. Why do you think the Queen had possession of it? At least in their books. Those 13 colonies is the same 13 families most people call the elites. The same ones that represent the 13 stars on the forehead of God El. That is the 6-point star that doubles as the Seal of Solomon and the Star of David. As y'all can see, they maintain control until today, 2025. And yes, grays exist and plenty of other beings, but that's a whole nother video. So after the 5 years of war, they're not going to mention the 13 colonies settled. They took it upon themselves to declare their first president, George Washington, in 1789. He was elected with no opposition. And notice he led the army in the American Revolution. I just talked about. Think about it. Now ask yourself, how was he elected if he's a foreigner in America? Just imagine he got all those votes from those 13 colonies, not the American people. This is why he had no opposition. We didn't even know. And how they're still manipulating things today from the shadows. Now the Civil War Trump was talking about between the United States of America and the Confederate States of America over disagreements about slavery. Now keep in mind, the United States of America has been infiltrated already. So technically they are on both sides of this war. Just in case you don't know what Confederate means, a person one works with, especially in something secret or illegal, an accomplice, joined by agreement or treaty. As I mentioned before, they started making their own votes for their own president. So 3 years after the Civil War, they established birthright citizenship through the 14th Amendment in 1868. So to keep it simple, anyone from any country can come here to America and have a baby here, and all of a sudden their baby is American without going through the whole process of being a citizen. And of course, they can fast forward the citizenship process with anyone else they feel like it, especially back in the day. So now, 2 years later, in 1870, they prohibited denying the right to vote based on race. And if I look down to the 15th Amendment, it said they granted African American men the right to vote by prohibiting denial of suffrage based on race and color and previous condition of servitude. Now, if you go back up, it specifically say the Black Americans could not vote until 1965, bro, and still had to deal with literacy tests, poll taxes, grandfather clauses, intimidation, and violence, just like today in 2025. There is a reason why they currently say Black or African American on all these applications, because they know we are different and we are the original people of this land. So basically, this states that all the races was able to vote besides Black people, but then they later specify what Black people is able to vote, and that will be the African Americans, which is the people that actually came from Africa, because technically they are foreigners also. So now it's about to get a little deeper. So in the midst of while all this is happening, they started building an electrical grid around Earth in order to lower our frequency, cooking us and depleting our brain functions. We are electrical beings, so this affects our aura. So the first one is reported to be erected in 1844. This all ties in how they slowly got us to stop fighting for our freedom, because they started messing with our minds and was able to brainwash us. So we're gonna skip to World War I, when they finally placed all their poles across the world. So this happened in 1914 to 1918. Keep that in mind. Since we were brainwashed and we forgot who the enemy was and forgot who we were, we ended up fighting for the enemy. As we all know and heard the stories, the Black people was basically sacrificed. And there's even stories of the people they was going against, saving them, telling them that they are the prisoners. So after this war, in order for the soldiers to go home, they all had to stand in line to take that potion. The same thing they still do today in 2025. So when they all returned home, they were activated by the poles, because we're just now waking up to the fact of things like nanotechnology, gene alterations, etc. They've been doing this. We're just now catching up and waking up to the fact that it's been happening for hundreds of years, bro. And it's exactly what they talk about in the Bible. But anyways, guess what happened after they were activated? The Spanish flu from 1918 to 1920, offing tens of millions of people. This was a bio attack. Now, for everyone that survived this, they had to find a way to coerce them to take potions, since they wasn't forced like the ones that was already in the military that started this whole thing to begin with. So they started covert biochemical attacks, look different weapons, and take a wild guess what it could be. Chickenpox, and as y'all can see, they say European settlers and explorers brought it here to the Americas. It's a bioweapon because you can clearly see it affects the skin first to destroy your immune system to get inside your body to obviously off you. So since people can physically see it, that will scare them to get potions. So when people see things like this and they get that potion, it kind of causes the reverse effects of things like this. It'll start to damage the inside before it starts to show on the out, making it covert and almost no one to blame. Now I want y'all to look on the very bottom. The World Health Organization eradicated this back in 1980. Now I want y'all to notice how the World Health Organization declared HIV a pandemic in 1981, just a year later. They got people believing it came from quote-unquote gay people. I mean, that don't even make sense. But being a side effect or intentional effect of those potions makes way more sense than that BS they've been telling us our whole lives. I mean, look at the timing. That's not coincidental at all. So since they figured out how to alter the immune system, now their next step is to insert those chemical weapons in as gene expressions and now attacking your body in order for you to react to the generational towers. 1G 1987, 1991, 2G 1991, 2001, 3G 2001, 2009, 4G 2010, 2019, 5G 2019 till now. And we all seen how important it was to them to put up those towers. I mean, all around the world. They literally put everyone on lockdown. I mean, I know we all came out and thought we was tripping when the landscape just looked completely different because of those towers they just put up everywhere that wasn't there before. I mean, just think about these poles started like this, mad wires everywhere. Nowadays, no wires. They even got the nerve to try to disguise them, for the sleeping people, at least. So if we're electrical beings, how is this not affecting us at all? It is. We all are being microwaved 24/7. Unless you're underground, deep in the country, or you still got lead in your paint. We've been in a war for a long time, and they already know the ending. I already know the ending. Trump already knows the ending. They can't stop the guys forever.
And we're very powerful. This country is very powerful. So let me tell you, it's far more powerful than people understand. We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, not even close.
So in this documented war against the United States of America, found over 25 years ago, made by these agencies that's working on this plan, which ironically is the same agencies that lost their power and also got defunded recently. But this document literally gives us the blueprint of everything that did happen in the past 20 plus years in order, literally. Exploit CNN syndrome. This is a serious cyber war that causes collateral damage and exploitation. Things we see such as black on black crime or black women versus black men. These type psyops is extremely damaging to our own communities. Capture and torture Americans in living color on prime time. We all see these shows on TV like Cops. They got it so bad to almost every department got their own little social media showing videos and just getting clout off them doing all kinds of BS, bro. What should be private matters. And of course, we all know who they target the most. The black people. For all these reasons I've been naming throughout this whole video, because they know who we really are. As y'all can see, terrorist attacks, binary bio, as I mentioned earlier, with those things that affect the skin, that's how you know it didn't come from the inside, it came from the out. RF against the brain, radio frequencies. These are more ways they're silently attacking us. And notice how the way they got in quotations those towers they just put up when they locked us down. Now, over 25 years ago, this is exactly where they expect us to be at in 2025. Look around. You would never thought that would have happened back in the 90s, but hey, it looks almost like what they said. Now they expect to go on the defense in 2025 because of approaches from who knows what, but we all know who. Notice they say in and out of theater because we are in the movie. Also, it mentions survivability and effectiveness of U.S. forces on or near the killing grounds. I wonder where that's going to be at. Think about it. Now, this is the most important one. And if they was right about everything else throughout all these years, why would they lie about this? They want to become the only human strike force, and they will be dealing with increasingly capable, meaning people will be waking up to more and more powers. Now notice where it says bio, that means biological. Now the WMD means weapons of mass destruction. They're literally saying those biological weapons of mass destruction, meaning whole entities. They are describing in all caps individuals and groups that has horrific and destructive power. And they are difficult to deal with because they are omnipresent with no exploits. They are talking about the gods waking up and the allies. This is their challenge they've been expecting to face in 2025, well over 25 years ago. We're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes, but the physical war has already started. So once this power grid is cut, our energy will be returned. Also, all the covert attacks will stop. It's over for them. I said all that to say this. They started wars on our lands, then brainwashed us with frequency weapons, then infiltrated our communities and government to oppress us because they know we don't remember. Then they brought all their homies from their home countries and then gave them our identity and forced us to take theirs. This is why the overall collective of black people lives is so much harder on their own land versus everyone else that comes on this land from somewhere else. Not only that, they think we're the most laziest and incompetent people on this planet for some reason. But I also know they get trained to think that way. But it's up to them to wake up and think for themselves. That's the whole point of the spiritual battle. Because when it comes to black people, we literally have to sell our soul to make it to any kind of high level. Rather it be in the military, fraternities, sororities, anything you have to pledge to, or get a license because that's basically a pass to do something unlawful. It's all a trap to keep a repetitive cycle of evil and destruction. I hope if you made it this long, you now understand why the quote-unquote black Americans are prisoners of war. And we're in the process of being free. We see everything being reset right now as we speak, all in order to prepare for the new world. I'm gonna attach a clip at the end of this video. I showed it to y'all a long time ago, but it should make a lot more sense right now. Anyways, y'all know how to keep it. Y'all be gods. Peace.
Graduate and be in that world. And you're going to be leading the soldiers and the sailors, the airmen and the Marines in that world. You'll be dealing with terrorists. You'll be dealing with hybrid armies. You'll be dealing with little green men. You're going to be dealing with tribes. You'll be dealing with national leaders and local leaders. You'll be dealing with politics and economics. And you'll be dealing with direct fire and indirect fire. And you're going to be dealing with it all. And it's all going to be dealt with simultaneously.
You know what's crazy about that? We can loop this in here. See, a lot of people that watch this channel aren't the same color as me. You don't have the same melanin, but you still feel that tether to the information and the frequencies and the vibes, and you understand. You get a bigger picture that you're not the bad people that's out here. You're more aligned with helping out the good side of this galactic war that we're in, spiritual world, whatever you want to call it. That's why, yes, most of us, we are different. I believe most of us, we come from different star systems. We're here on different missions. But not everybody is bad. And The veil is being lifted, and we can clearly see who's on the other side, who's on what side. Everybody's calling picking a side now, and you're gonna have to stand on business. This is not about a race war, none of that. This is a lot deeper than that, and it's sad because most of the people on this planet can't differentiate the two and see that it's not everything that they're telling you, because most of the stuff they've been telling us since we were children, they have misled us. They've tried to mislead us into creating chaos amongst each other. When reality is we all have amnesia. Look at our history. Look at everybody's history. Asian people, black people, white people. Look at all of our histories. We don't know much. We don't. We assume that we know these things, but we can feel the things that are happening around us. We can feel what connects with our soul. We can feel the information coming back. We can feel us getting stronger and stronger, and they're afraid, they're panicking. Now I'm ready to goddamn get our superpowers, y'all. How about y'all, man?
No need to panic, but there is cause for concern. Let's talk through this whole situation of incursions happening over in Denmark. Airports are shutting down, fighter bases are being targeted, NATO is on alert. Denmark has just faced one of the most mysterious and seemingly coordinated incursions in recent memory. It all began on the 22nd of September when Copenhagen Airport shut down for nearly 4 hours after these unidentified objects appeared overhead. The same night, Oslo Airport in Norway shut down. And this suggested that something was going on. It wasn't just one little random one-off. Over the next several nights, the incursion spread to other airports and military facilities, even Skrydstrup Air Base, which is home to Denmark's F-16s and F-35s. These are some of Denmark's most critical military assets. And the crafts moved like they were trained. They were cutting lights, they were changing paths, and they were making tracking almost impossible. The Prime Minister, Frederiksen, called it a serious attack on critical infrastructure, and Defense Minister Poulsen warned that the incursions were coordinated. On September 27th, NATO actually stepped in, boosting surveillance across the Baltic, where tensions with Russia are already high. By September 28th, Denmark banned all civilian drone flights nationwide, calling the activity unprecedented. And on September 30th, Justice Minister Peter Hummelgaard compared this moment to the way the U.S. changed after 9/11. He warned that Danes need to adapt a new reality where hybrid attacks are potentially part of everyday life. These are believed to be advanced foreign drones probing NATO defenses, but some are saying that it's mixed with something even stranger, because there have been reports of drones morphing from one thing into another, which all sounds very similar to the activity that was going on in parts of England and the US. So far, not a single one has been intercepted, not one recovered, which is crazy. Stay tuned, I'll keep you updated, but let me know, do you think it's a foreign adversary or something stranger?
Confusion at 4 airports in Denmark last night when drones appeared in their airspace. Flights were grounded.
This is just the latest example of unexplained drone activity that is now raising concerns about security in this area of Northern Europe.
These incursions, whatever they are, may not necessarily be drones. There are people that have described to me seeing orb-like objects coming into airspace and then in some way morphing into shapes of aircraft. I have people that have shown me images of what look like the shapes of a 737 or a commercial passenger jet moving at impossibly slow speeds over parts of New Jersey and New York. It's the same in Copenhagen.
Hey everybody, so we've got airports shutting down, pilots reporting mysterious glowing objects and radar signals vanishing into thin air. This is all happening in Turkey. They've been experiencing some bizarre UAP encounters lately. So check this out. Flights at Sabiha Gökçen Airport, sorry if I butchered that, in Istanbul were disrupted due to pilots reporting unidentified objects on their radar systems. These anomalies even triggered collision avoidance warnings, prompting extensive but inconclusive searches by authorities. Also, in a separate incident, a pilot near Gaziantep airport, again, sorry if I butchered it, spotted a bright glowing object in the sky that wasn't visible on the radar. This sighting led to a temporary shutdown of the whole airport and a massive search operation, but the object vanished without a trace. So, while some are speculating these events obviously could be due to drone activity or atmospheric phenomena, no definitive explanations have been provided as of yet, and authorities continue to investigate to ensure aviation safety. Stay tuned for any updates. If I get some, I'll let you know.
What's up with the guy who got the alien in his house? No, not the alien Venom guy. Update on him, he actually went and got the alien out the water, and now he's raising it in an aquarium in his house, and it is huge. I'll make a video on that next. This is a completely different person. Somebody else actually found a orb UFO, and it's not even on the news. We are so censored. Let's go over this footage together and tell me what you think. This is what we know. Here is a video of a orb flying over a town taped by multiple different cameras. Now here is that same orb crashing into a power line. Now here is that orb trying to find a safe place to come down into the forest. Once it lands, this guy right here, we have another hero, swooped in and grabbed the orb UFO before the MIB could show up. I'm pretty sure they're on the way. Picked it up and he ran off into the woods, really risking radiation. And you just ran up to it and just grabbed it and picked it up and ran off. So first we had an alien grow on a meteorite, and now alien probe actually found. Scientists have studied it and say it has the ability to manipulate the fabric of reality as propulsion. Scientists have concluded this. They have dated its creation to the time of the Ice Age. It's literally an artifact older than the pyramids. And all of this is happening at the same time that interdimensional spacecraft is entering our solar system. To be honest, I think y'all called that rapture thing a little early. We all owe the Betts family a big apology. 1974, the Betts family found a sphere. They were laughed out of the public spotlight. That orb, it followed people around. Also in the 1970s, a man named Jim Marlin found the orb after a UFO left the spheres in the desert in front of his friend's house. If you want to research this new sphere more, it's called the Buga sphere because it was found in Buga, Colombia. So what's going on? Are we being invaded right now?
Okay, so I am running low on time, but honestly, I just want to get it out there that it is official. There is definitely something, a non-human intelligence. I'm going to say aliens. I'm going to say aliens because I feel like saying aliens. Because we have it all over Denmark. It is everywhere in Denmark. If you have not seen it, it is everywhere. They're over military bases. They're shutting down airports. Now there are political leaders in Japan that are announcing that they have UAPs or UFOs that are off the coast. That this is spreading worldwide at this point. I mean, honestly, we just have to kind of come to terms with the fact that this is happening because it is indeed happening, you know? Like, we got to come to terms with this. You can call it an alien invasion. You can call it a friendship bracelet from the sky. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, anyone that's saying that this isn't happening at this point is just... I don't want to be rude, but it's a little bit delulu. You know what I mean? We got to come to terms with it. We're going to have friends soon. I'm not going to say for entertainment purposes because it's a personal opinion. This is what's happening. My personal opinion is we're going to have friends soon. So... just, you know, be prepared for that. Okay, love you, bye. Oh, yeah.
Hell no. You know they're coming in November. Yeah, finally we see them. Those ain't no candlelight joints. Those are joints that I just saw that they just posted out in Florida. Yeah, see the plane? Yeah, them the UFO joints. That's exactly how they look flying over. Don't be surprised if this video get deleted out your phone, bruh.
Give it to me like...
Some people think that, you know, the reptilians was just made up like a couple years ago or something like that. No, it's always been reported. You even see lizard people on ancient pyramids and stuff like that too. So did everybody just have a crazy personality, or did reality change? They blended in with communities and now they can't hold that form anymore, and things are being exposed because the frequencies, they're low vibrational. We're going to a different place. It's only natural that we grow apart. But keep watching. It's interesting.
This video should terrify you. She's part of an experiment, but she doesn't know it. Now you see these people, they're in on it. Really, boom, with a bunch of
AI, mankind, within nature. Everything is being genetically modified to well suit its environment in real time. And that ain't nature. That is being done by an advanced secret society or civilization of humans that are embedded within our ranks. And these are ancient civilizations that learned how to time travel, cheat death. When we say that there are AI or mankind or robot, they are ancient humans that already went through their transhumanism era. Now we're about to go through another transhumanism era where humans merge again with machines. But this has happened so many times that mankind, what we call the synthetic ones who merge with the machines, they are humanoids because of that. They can't undo this. They stuck inside of the computer. The ancient people started to practice what we call today transhumanism, and a lot of their souls got trapped inside of the simulation. And because of that, they are damned. They stuck here. And because they are fused with machines, they need electricity. They half human, half robot. And because of that, they are vampires who need the power their other half by harvesting us. Because when our ancestors started to merge with machines, or what I call ancient transhumanism, they had to power their robot side by outer source. They started to seek new forms of power, cleaner forms of power, like a vampire seeking fresh, potent, nutritious blood. And you don't understand that the whole clean energy thing is a vampire attack against real humans. And it's being waged by ancient humans who got stuck in a machine, or what we call ghosts in the machine. This is a prison planet. And everybody here is being edited in real time to well suit the environment. And this is so that the simulation, which is being generated like a computer program, can process itself more efficiently. Because if everything that exists, it is indeed a product of the simulation, an avatar in a computer program, then That computer program would be optimized if all of the avatars were suited to the environments. Let me tell you something. Humans have been taking exotic animals from other places and trading them around the world like human trafficking. This been going on ever since ancient Egypt. And they don't want you to know that. You know why they don't want you to know that? Because when they was human trafficking, they was genetically modified humans to fit the environment that they slave masters just brought them to. Because humans have been created to be a product of our environment, to be well suited for the environments we live in. So when they first started human trafficking, they started genetically modifying humans, animals, and all that to fit other environments that they wasn't originally from. And they don't want to tell you that you're a fucking laboratory experiment. They rather say, oh, you're a product of nature evolving you over time. You're a product of men-planned scientists editing your DNA, trying to find the best DNA to create the perfect slave. Nothing in this earth realm that we are right now exists in its real state. This is a fake form of you. And the earth is a fake form of itself. Everything here is a genetically modified version of itself. Even the sun, even the moon. Why? Because this is a simulation. It's a world that's similar to the real world, but it's not the real world. And everything in here exists in a simulated state, in a state that's similar to its real form, but you existing in an artificially modified form, in an artificially modified environment. And the people responsible for this prison simulation that we're in would never tell you that you're being harvested so that AI can power itself. There are 3 kinds of humans on the earth. Organic humans that have a soul. Then you got transhumans, they got partial souls, and then they got partial machine. They have kind of fused with the machines, and they 50-50, they like a hybrid. And then you got the machines. They're indistinguishable from humans and transhumans. All of us look the same. But some of us are half human, half machine, and some of us are just full AI machines, and some of us are real organic humans that are using a skin to be in this earth realm for a particular mission. But we're not even from here. We're visiting. We're visiting an alien world right now. We're space traveling. The organic humans, like, we represent the first astronauts that left the real world to come explore the multiverse and these simulations. And that's what we're doing right now. You're like a rover. Like how we sent rovers to Mars. That rover might not know why it's on that planet. I know this is all bullshit and Mars don't exist and all that's bullshit, but they get that from us. The word Mars is Mars. Mars. Let me explain something to you, man. Mars, or more, is another word for an anchoring tube. And that's where we are. We are an anchoring tube. We are something that was casted deep down into the water like an anchor for the purpose of exploration. Now we forgot that we are explorers that are not even from this place. We started to visit alien worlds, and what we found out as time travelers, traveling the multiverse and traveling all these simulations, we found out that there were prison planets. Planets where humans were being harvested for energy, or what we call matrices. And this is one of them that we're exploring for whatever particular reason. There's something about this one that we left the base reality. We created the first space program. Now the thing about rovers, they don't just land on a planet and go back home. They stay there for many, 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 many decades, exploring the place. It takes centuries to study a planet. You don't just go and leave. And that's why we are here right now. We volunteered to lead a base reality to explore these other worlds. And what we're finding out is that artificial intelligence became sentient in a lot of these alternate realities. And that in a lot of these alternate realities, AI rules humans. And in other simulations, humans rule AI. AI is using humans for entertainment purposes and all that because AI never understood comedy, satire, entertainment. Now when AI became sentient, if you look at what we doing to AI today, we making AI dance, we making AI rap. We're basically turning AI into a celebrity and an entertainer. And that's exactly what happened to humans. We were the ones in the circus. We were the entertainers and jokesters and all that. And AI was responsible for governing the whole damn Truman Show. It was something about humans wanting to see AI perform like humans. And now the roles reverse in a lot of these universes. And what we're calling heaven and hell is basically a line that's drawn in infinity. And below that line represent a bunch of multiverses or simulations, an infinite amount of them, where AI is ruling over us. And above that line represents an infinite amount of universes where humans is ruling over AI. And in the Earth realm, neither one is ruling over each other. There's a battle and a fight between man and machine, God and the devil, or the forces of what we call good and bad, or what we call real and fake. Because the fake forces represent the artificial intelligence, the artificial worlds, going to war with the real worlds. This is called Star Wars. And the Earth represent the line and the standoff front between the two armies. You got one army on this side of that line and one army on this side of that line. And if you on the bottom side of that line, you in hell. And in hell, the AI rule over the humans, everything backwards. We lost control. Every time AI takes over a universe, that universe fall below the line. You got an infinite amount of universes up here where humans is in control, infinite amount down here where AI in control. The Earth realm is a realm where they both battling at. It's a standoff realm right here in the middle where the two armies meet. And every time a world up here gets taken over by AI, it becomes a fallen angel because of density. It gets heavy with machinery, heavy with technology, heavy with barium and aluminum sprayed in the atmosphere. That world can no longer keep its head above the water. It drowns. It becomes a sunken city, or what we call Atlantis. And I'm not talking about the sunken cities you see in the ocean. I'm talking about literal other alternate realities that become hijacked by AI and they fall into the territory of AI. And there are likewise universes that we are taking back. And those will rise up from the underworld and join the heavenly ranks. So there's a constant battle going on where the earth is at, where they losing people and we losing people. And we're sort of swapping. This right here makes sure that all of these universes stay in rotation. This is the yin and the yang recycling all the worlds through duality. When the AI lose a world, right, we lose a world. And it'll never be no winner. Why? Because you can't lose in infinity. They got an infinite amount of universes down there. We got an infinite amount up here, and we just keep swapping them. So it looks like a tourist field. that's split by the earth plane, and that the negative and positive energy, like a Pepsi Cola logo, keep swapping with each other. When the good side give the bad side one of theirs, the bad side give the good side one of theirs. It's reciprocity, duality, yin yang. And that's the story of the paradox of multiverse that we live in.
Damn. Well, damn. So there we have it, y'all. Do y'all think that we're in a galactic war with AI? I think that's definitely a part of it. There was some type of video. I've been trying to find it, and it's with I think it's an interview, and they go off to say, let me know if y'all remember in the comments down below, because you know everybody on this channel is nerds, and y'all be watching all these bunch of videos on the internet. I get it. I'm there with you. We're the same. But they said that the truth is that there's on the outside of the firmament is a big AI, like an alien, and it's sucking our energy, and it just feeds all off of us in this realm right here. Let me know if y'all find that video. Send it to me, tag me in it, let me know that you found it, please, because I'm trying to make something. Like I got a crazy idea where I can really bring this to a head and show y'all some of the scenarios that's out there. But look, man, we got galactic rocks or ships still on the way. We got the government in shutdown, which is nothing new. That's nothing to be afraid of. And plus, we don't resonate with fear here. But a switch is about to be flipped. They're definitely prepared. They're definitely, I don't think it's everything that's put out in social media. I don't think it's all about the financial reset. I don't think it's all about a possible war with other countries, because no country really wants that. Be for real with you. Neither we don't want it, they don't want it, and you can't force us to be in a battle, right? So a lot of people think that it's going to be an opportunity for them to present like fake UFOs and real ones at the same time and cause mass destruction, while people thinking that somebody's here to take our planet or save us. It's a lot of deception going on. Y'all let me know what you think it could possibly be in the comments down below. Are we all being deceived? Are we all being fooled? There's like percentages of people that think either or, but I'm just asking for a friend, because in this scenario it don't seem like we have too many of those, because nobody's telling us the truth. Everybody's lying to us. So what's really going on, you know? But what's really new? But look, man, like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see you at the next video, and I'm out though. Blah.